We live? Hell yeah. Okay. Let's see, am I good? How's it going? So, I just recently got off Instagram. Okay. Just doing a little bit of trolling. Love doing it. Gets me off. But I comment on this video where this woman is generalizing all men, right? She said all men are incompetent. She said all men are idiots. All men don't pay attention to small details. Pretty sexist thing to say, right? Now, granted, most men hear that and they just laugh, right? It's just a woman ranting and being a woman. But I think we live in a society where we've just allowed this shit to go on way too long. Okay? The woke bullshit, the feminist bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm 32 years old in May, bro. I do not have time to listen to 20, 21-year-olds who are showing their assholes online why I'm a piece of shit, misogynist, bigot, control freak. Because I don't want you to go out on the weekends and hang out at a bar. Because breaking news, fellas, breaking news. No woman, none of them, go to a bar and expect only to interact with females. You want to know how I know that? Look how she dresses before she leaves. Pay attention to how she doesn't text you the entire time she's out. Okay? Because as soon as you ask her what's up, why haven't you texted me? You're a control freak. You're a misogynist. You're toxic. Now, the first thing this woman says, back to my video, the original point, was that I was insecure about the fact that she was generalizing all men, being a sexist. And by the way, of course Instagram allows this shit, right? Let's talk about insecurities. I love this subject. I love when women throw this in men's faces. You're insecure. Let's talk about insecurities, shall we? Now, in my opinion, okay, and I mean, what do I know? I'm a man. I'm a dumb fuck. But in my opinion, I think it's safe to say that women display insecurity almost, if not every fucking day. Prime example. Let's just start with their face. You guys wear makeup. You guys wear a mask. You can't even go in public and be yourself. Pretty insecure. You wear jeans that plump your ass. You wear bras that plump your tits. You get Botox. You edit your photos on Tinder, Instagram, etc. You slim the waist. You trim the chin. And we know that, right? Because we don't have to bullshit each other anymore. Because we know that. And I think more and more men are starting to get fed up with this horse shit that's being force-fed down men's throats. And now, live your life however the fuck you want to live your life. But you should not be able to control what I say or do just because you don't like it. I don't like the fact that most girls that even in locally probably have an OnlyFans. They have 4 or 5 dudes in their DMs they're texting. Every one of them. There is no woman who's tied down to one man. You want to know how I know that? You have social media. Your profile picture isn't of you and your family. It's your ass. It's your tits. It's the duck face. Quit capping. Quit capping. Now, I said this to a friend a while ago, speaking on insecurities. Because now we have fat models and we have, transsexuals allowed to go in bathrooms that are actually men around little girls And I mean, how many cases have we seen where these girls are getting kidnapped and raped? And oh yeah, by the way, those are the same people that say the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to them is someone making fun of their pronoun. You know, it's funny. We literally live in a country where our biggest cities are big, gigantic pedophile rings, trafficking children. I'd say there's a lot worse shit to be worried about, right? Force feeding this shit to our kids in schools. I don't know if any of you saw the video of the man who went to the school board to complain about the fact that his 4 or 5-year-old son was reading a book on how to suck dick. Probably not. Or you think it's okay. I think we've just gotten to a point where everybody saves face. They don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a shit anymore. Cancel me. Remove me from Facebook and Instagram, these woke-ass apps that literally allow women to generalize men, but as soon as I say, oh, this bitch weighs more than I do, flagged, can't comment. It's funny. It's funny how that operates. Now, I liken women to Superman, so to speak, right? Because Superman has a kryptonite. He has a weakness. Now, most women, they're these bad bitches that can't let anything get to them. I'm my own woman, all this shit. But it's funny that as soon as you start pointing out her insecurities, her makeup, her weight, etc., you're a bigot. You're a misogynist. You're toxic. So it's okay for all of that. But if I want to be masculine, if I want to be the leader in a relationship, if I don't want you to go out on the weekends and be a hoe, if I don't want you to have 50 guy friends on your Facebook that clearly all want to hit it, and you are posting selfies clearly to get the likes, why the fuck would I like that? Because you wouldn't like it, girls, if your man had hella girlfriends and went and had lunch with them and went to their houses to do schoolwork or business. You would not fuck with it. It wouldn't even be a discussion. So quit capping. Just take it off. Just take it off and put it down. You know, but anyway, back to my point. I liken women to kryptonite because their kryptonite, hold on, is accountability. They don't like that word. And so when you hold them accountable, so you find evidence they're talking to other men on their phone, you find evidence they cheated, you find evidence they lied, you find evidence they spent more money than they said they did, and now you're broke. The first thing they love doing is saying it's your fault. No accountability. And it turns into their daddy raised him and he was abusive and my ex-boyfriend treated me like shit, so now I don't know how to act in a relationship even though I'm 25 and clearly have an understanding of what right and wrong is and would be pissed off if you did this to me. It's still your fault. Kind of sounds fucking stupid, doesn't it? Now, granted, most of you probably won't agree with this because you're too scared to get kicked off Facebook or you're too scared for a bunch of girls to see that you're actually not woke and don't fall for the unreality of the world. I live in reality, the struggle, the world of nothing's given to me. And it's funny, I made it just fine. Now, I'm not rich. I don't have everything I want. That's the goal. To stun on all these people that I've grown up and around and worked with and who are just revealing themselves more and more to be shitty human beings. I just want to say that all men out there, man, need to grab your goddamn nuts and start acting like men. Because really, we should take responsibility for this shit. We allowed this to happen. Because no matter what any of you females think, OnlyFans, anything, who operates it? A man does. Who operates the camera you use? Who built that? Who made the lingerie you're wearing? Who built the computer chair you're sitting in? Who made the computer? Who built the house? Who laid the concrete? Who made your car? Who paved your road? Starting to look more and more like you're just full of shit. I like in this point, I'll finish it off with this. Why is it that whenever I tell a girl she looks like Lizzo, she gets upset? But I thought Lizzo was this big, beautiful, bad bitch. What's wrong with that? Or if you go up to a skinny white girl and you say, you look like Dylan Mullaney. And they just look at you like, what? Well, I mean, she's this big, strong, beautiful girl. Like, what's wrong with that? Again, turns out you're all just full of shit. So, long story short, and I know my rants are must-see TV because most of it you probably won't agree with, especially if you're a woman. But I don't give a shit. Because you guys don't give a shit. Right? Men are the only creature on the planet who don't have unconditional love. You'll give more love to your dog than your man. To your children than your man. Even though the house, the car, the everything that you have is because of a man. And it's funny how all those priorities go out the window. Now my husband's not top priority, my children are. But if you're a Christian, let's just say that, that's bullshit. Because it says in the Bible, your husband comes first. Actually, God does. Then your husband. Again, you're full of shit. And you take care of your dog before your husband. And your cat. And that's fine. Most of these women who are in this line of work, OnlyFans and independent, don't need a man and have 2 different kids from 2 different dads or 3 different dads and give everybody a sob story about how, all their trauma and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, boys, just know, you don't have to put up with it. There's always going to be another one. There's always going to be another one. Don't ever settle for less. Don't ever put up with their bullshit. If she's trying to demasculate you, if she says you're controlling and misogynistic because you don't want her to go to the bar, because you don't want her to be friends with guys that she went to high school with and probably fucked, just don't argue with her. Don't even give her the 5 minutes to explain herself. Just leave her. Just send her on her way. She doesn't deserve a retort. Now, if I were you ladies, I would start thinking about, because this is an election year, just so we're clear, this woke feminist bullshit, especially if Trump gets into office, is going to fucking disappear. If we go to World War III, there is no feminism. It doesn't exist. So just know that. And that there's a lot of shit coming. There's a lot of shit coming. Stuff I couldn't even fathom and put my head around. In the meantime, I'd probably start to change my ways. Or you're going to be 40 cleaning cat litter instead of your son's diaper or your daughter's diaper and creating a family and being a real woman. Stop being insecure.